Hi, Mick McQuaid here. I'd like to welcome you to RIT, to the iSchool, and especially to HCC, the Human-Centered Computing Program, of which I'm the coordinator. And to welcome you, I'd like to tell you a little bit about HCC, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about the kinds of things that I expect you'll be doing as part of HCC for the next 4 years. So, the easiest way to think about HCC is to think just about people and computers. And it could be an individual and a computer, it could be a work group, a social media group, or an entire community, because people connect with computers in a lot of different ways, and people connect with each other through computers in a lot of different ways. So another way to think about HCC is to think about the three groups that came together to deliver the HCC program. So that's the iSchool, of which I'm a part, the Department of Psychology in the College of Liberal Arts, the New Media program in the College of Art and Design. So these three have very different perspectives that they'll be sharing with you through classes that you'll take in each of them, and you'll be rubbing shoulders with specialists in each of these three areas. And you'll be a generalist. So that can be a little intimidating because specialists polish their skills in their particular area, and it's hard to compete with them. But it's easy to compete with them in the sense that nobody can do all the things that you can do. Also, you'll have the opportunity to specialize somewhat more later in the program through concentrations, and you'll have the opportunity to do several different concentrations, which I'll talk about in a second. Another way to think about HCC is to think about your interests. And you can think about your interests as a triangle of visuals, users, and coding. And the way that that triangle works is that you're going to begin at the center of the triangle as a UX designer. And you're going to be getting classes in those three areas. But you're possibly going to stay in the center, but you're possibly going to gravitate toward one or another vertices of the triangle. So it's important for you to always think about that triangle and think about where you belong in it, where your interests belong in it. Another way to think about HCC is the iterative development cycle. So this is the cycle of designing, prototyping, and evaluating that's practiced widely in industry. And you'll learn this approach in class as well. And the idea is to become really fast at it because you iterate many times in the course of developing a single digital artifact, be it a website or an app or whatever. And there are classes that will help you develop one or more of the aspects of the cycle, one or more of the stages of the cycle, and skills that you'll develop that will serve one or more stages of the cycle. Now, that cycle is not the only way that industry looks at design. There's also the design thinking approach, which is very popular in industry, and you'll also work through the stages of that cycle, empathizing, defining, ideating, prototyping, and testing. Now, another way to think about it is the grid of courses that you'll be taking. So there's a grid of courses that you have to take at first, and then part of the grid are slots for things that you can do that you want to do later, and that includes the concentrations, and you can choose 2 concentrations in accessibility, which we're very well known for worldwide, in design, in psychology, in front-end development, in instructional technology, or in natural language processing. And if those 6 aren't enough for you, you can design your own concentration. So I know one student designed a concentration in statistics to support his work as a UX researcher. I know another student who is interested in going into conversational computing and has included a machine learning concentration to support that. You'll also have the opportunity, in addition to your coursework, to participate in a lot of activities while you're here. So one example of that is BrickHack 2019. We had 3 students who won the design competition in BrickHack. They put together an app in 24 hours and showcased it and won the competition. And a real key to why they won the competition was because they were very comfortable working together. They were very fast at working together. They had spent time working together in classes and outside of classes as well. That brings me to some of the other activities that you can do. So, you can always do personal projects and you can always volunteer as well as entering competitions. You can also join UX clubs. So there's the User Experience Club that has that puts on a lot of events. For example, helping you prepare for Career Fair, helping you prepare for Creative Industry Day. And they put on their own competition called UX Factor. And they have several Discord channels that you can contribute to and get a lot out of. So I hope you'll join them. And that's a way of interacting with students at different stages of their RIT career. Another way that you can interact with students at different stages of their RIT career is through UX Studio. That's an activity that we have planned for the first week of the spring semester, a kind of design hackathon where you'll be set into a team with second, third, and fourth year students to fulfill a design brief from a local nonprofit. And this will be a competition, there will be awards, and it will be great. You'll love it. So watch for that coming in January. Now, through all of these activities, I want you to build a portfolio. So there's an obvious reason for building a portfolio. It'll help you get hired. And the portfolio is usually a website. And people wait and wait to develop their websites. But one thing that you don't have to wait to do is to start partitioning the content that you're going to use into a folder. So make a folder called Portfolio right now and start putting things in it. Sketches, bits of research that you do, user research that you do, class projects, volunteer projects, personal projects, competition projects. Anything that you do should go into this any evidence of what it is that you know how to do and that you want to do should go into this portfolio so that it becomes your representative. And you'll have some opportunities in class to build the portfolio. And don't just use those in-class opportunities. Use the time that you have that you can build the portfolio on your own. So that's pretty much all I want to say, except once again, welcome. And I hope you'll reach out to me, contact me. I'm open and available. And my contact information hopefully is flashing on the screen. We'll see. And thanks for watching. Take good care.